Dear friends, I'd like to talk a little about my interest in Israel-Palestine and my hopes for New England Yearly Meeting awareness and involvement. My name is Chris Jorgensen, and I'm a member of Friends Meeting at Cambridge. My first exposure to Palestine really was on a trip as part of a delegation sent by Friends United Meeting, which is a Quaker umbrella group that is a sponsor of Ramallah Friends School. As the Youth and Education Secretary for the yearly meeting, I was a likely person to go on that trip, and also the Second Intifada had just been in the news, and I wanted to see how they were faring. This school was founded as a girls' school in 1869 by Eli and Sybil Jones, who were Quakers from Maine, and it continues today as a pre-K to 12 co-ed school with 1,400 students. Our trip was in 2003, and we went to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, Ramallah, and some places in between. We listened to Israeli and Palestinian peace activists and visited historic sites. We stayed with Ramallah Friends School families and toured the school and saw the Ramallah Friends Meeting House. We cried every day. I had not been aware, really, of this suffering and trauma. I didn't know that there were Israeli-only roadways, or that checkpoints meant that maybe you wouldn't get to where you were going. Or that all construction needs Israeli government approval, which may never come. And without that approval, it can be legally destroyed. There's so much restriction and humiliation, so much that makes Gaza and the West Bank like very large prisons. I returned to Ramallah Friends School in January of 2020 to be a volunteer at the school, again to see how they were faring, but also because I'm a landscape gardener and there were they had some landscape projects to do. I ended up doing a design project with a group of students and an adult committee called the Tree Committee. I was swept away by the positive energy of the school and the heart and intelligence of the students that I met with. They really reminded me of the young friends of my many years with the yearly meeting program with youth. But I am realizing that we are in a dark period. There are autocratic forces that are using disruption to take territory, either physically or socially or politically. And in Israel-Palestine, it's on all fronts. More settlements of Israelis are supplanting Palestinian farmers or terrorizing them. Or in the case of Jerusalem, settlers are trying to eliminate established Palestinian neighborhoods using legal evictions. This continuing power grab is legal, just as segregation and attendant violence has been legal in the United States. The injustice suffered by Palestinians, combined with their history of displacement, produces a fury that hurts Palestinians as much or more as the targeted Israelis. For the Ramallah Friends School, nurturing positive youth in the midst of an oppressive situation is a big order. This is also my connection and our connection with the struggle. As well, it's my country that is supplying billions each year for Israeli operations and weaponry for their military actions. For me, I need to use my emotional connection to this Quaker project to fire my efforts to expose the truth I want to lift up the positive and diminish the negative. And that's what I hope for us.